And now it says 8 o'clock here in the old bungalow. Good evening, good folk, and welcome to the now, I am so glad you spoke up, Mr. Kitchen Clock, because that clock, I'll talk more about it in a minute, is for sale tonight. And the reason that I have it sitting right there is because I want you to hear it and see it. Now, you folks who were here right at 8 o'clock, you're going to have to back me up on this. I didn't touch it. And didn't you hear it chime at 8 o'clock? All right, maybe it was 30 seconds late. Pretty good for a clock from the 1880s. Now, we're going to let that run. And I'm not going to sell it until after 9 o'clock because I want you to hear it chime at 8:30. Yeah. And I want you to hear it chime again at 9 p.m. to show you that it is indeed keeping time just as it should. Hi, everybody. Monday nights at 8 o'clock. Here we are. Here I am. There you is. What you doing? Oh, you're sitting here watching me. Woo. So thank you for asking folks to give the thumbs up. I am appreciative of that. And welcome, welcome. I usually don't try to go through names because I'll miss people. I love it too. Whoever said that? Marie. Anchor Hawking. Yeah. From the 30s and 40s. I'm doing very well. Now, I did a preview earlier today, a preview video, and therefore, now I don't always do one because I'm not always that organized, but I did one this morning. How do you have a more glass like that? Oh, do I have any more like that, Christina? I don't. That's the only one I've got. I've got a whole set of little shot glasses downstairs in the basement that are this pattern. But that's the only one of those I've got. So I will say, thanks, Jenny. I do try to do previews because, you know, we all have stuff to do. And if I'm able to do a preview and, you know, you're not interested in anything, you may still want to just watch for entertainment, but you might want to go out to the movies and see Downton Abbey, which I haven't seen yet. My mother has seen it, and I said, don't you tell me. She went to the movies and saw it. I haven't seen it. Don't anybody spoil it. But it's in the movie theater. And so, so there was a thrift haul today. And you may have gotten a chance to see that. If you had a chance to see that, then you kind of know, you know most of what I'm offering tonight. I'm excited about tonight. I think I've got some interesting things. I'm giving myself my own round of applause. Reverse. So I have a couple of announcements to make. Oh, it's on Prime Video already? The Downton Abbey movie, the one that just came out. I didn't know that. You're excited, Christy? Everything is in the mail. Things left over from Pittsburgh, things that I was dragging, didn't get done. It's all in the mail. Oh, you have to pay for it. Hi, Scott. It's Jessica, Lisa, and Jim from yesterday. I have to tell you, we had so much fun at the flea market. Now, I wrote down the names of everybody who came by the flea market. I wrote the names on a cardboard box, and that cardboard box is out in my car, and I forgot to bring it in my truck. So I'm actually going to do a video because I want to announce everybody that we saw at the flea market yesterday. And then I want to thank some people for some gifts that I didn't get a chance to thank for yet, and then do some other things. So I'm going to do a video this week where I will, did you just sell or did you buy anything? I didn't buy anything, Jenny, except a half a pound of boiled ham, of tavern ham, because they have a really good deli there. That's all I bought was a quarter of a pound of ham. That's all I bought. Hello from South Carolina. Hi, Jeffrey. I see you're here with your wrench, and I appreciate you being here. We were so tired. We were walking around for 2.5 hours before we found you. Oh, no, Marie. And so, but we're going to be there for the next, and Justine was there. We're going to be there for the next 3 Sundays if the weather is good. If the weather is threatening, I'm not going, because people don't go. It's a huge outdoor flea market and vendors don't go. It was nice meeting you, Jessica. It was nice meeting all of you who were there. And we talked and talked, but people don't go if it rains. And so if it's raining, we won't be there. But I did look in advance at next Sunday. Next Sunday looks bright and sunny. A little cooler. It was warm yesterday. It was warm. It is crazy how big it is. Wouldn't you say that's at least a football field? I think it's 2 football fields, because there's a huge place. It's massive. Now, Sundays is a mix. Thursday is much more concentrated antique and collectible day. So if you're really, really an antique and collectible person, Thursday is the day to go. But you'll still find people there on Sunday selling old things. I just say old things. But you'll also find, baby clothes, Tupperware, Yankee candles, Vera Bradley pocketbooks, that stuff. "200 acres. Oh, is that what it says? How big is a football field? I had no clue. I was on a football field quite often, every 4 years during high school, in the marching band, of course. So I didn't care about running from one end to the other and kicking some pigskin. We were out there doing our field show. So I don't know how big a football field is. Anyway, that white ceramic tree you sold was a deal for that guy. Yeah, what did I sell that for? Like 25 bucks? And I sold those 2 blow molds for 50. I had an offer. I have shipped those Christmas trees. I've shipped, and I'm like, I don't want to ship this one. I just don't want to ship it. I think I got it at a Goodwill for 10 bucks. Beautiful. Yeah, you can hold on to it and try to squeeze 65 bucks out of it. But it was wonderful. And he did get a good deal at whatever I sold it to him for. And the blow molds was a huge Santa and a much harder to find bunny rabbit. And that bunny rabbit was big too. And I sold those 2 combined for 50 bucks. So people got some good deals. Yeah, the new ones, the new junky ones. I guess I shouldn't say junky, but some of them, well, hey, before I went live, somebody had sent me a text message and said, go look at the moon. So I went out on the front porch and looked up at the moon. Did you look at the moon? Did you look at the moon? The moon, the moon. Gosh, there are a lot of songs about the moon. And you know what? I feel a song coming on. When you're all alone any old night and you're feeling sad and blue, pick up your hat, close up your flat, get out and get under the moon. La da 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 da. I'll stop. Anyway, it's a beautiful moon. Yes, Harvest Moon. I can sing that one too for you. But I won't. You didn't tune in for that. This isn't the Lawrence Welch Show. Yeah, Shine on Harvest Moon is a pretty song. The night was mighty dark, so you could hardly see, and the moon refused to shine. I'll stop. But it's very hard for me once I get going. You know, I'm in music. There's always music up here, always. You're in between two big hills? Oh, no. You can't see it? Well, it's up there. It's up there. The moon. Oh, thank you, Virginia. I was not a vocal. I'm not a singer. I appreciate that compliment. That was nice of you. I was an instrumental music major, but was excellent in a choir. I don't have a solo voice, but I've got a good, strong choir voice because I can read music, I can follow a director, and I can pay attention to dynamics. And that's what a choir director wants. So I'm happy to just be part of the choir, not a soloist. It's the past. In the past, the trees, I have to wait till it moves a little bit. Oh, the moon. I did too, Teresa. Teresa loved Lawrence Welk when she was a kid. And I did as well. It is now almost 8:15. Let's get started. I've got 25 items on my white piece of paper. We're going to get through all 25, and I am filled with excitement for what I've got for you tonight. Now, let me hit refresh. Karen is going to do our starts and stops. I do want to wish a get well soon to Heather, who she's just hurt. She didn't hurt her back. She pulled a muscle in her back at the flea market. So she's kind of resting right now. She did drive her school bus today, but she was going to be here helping me tonight. But because she messed up she hurt her back a little bit. And I know what that's like. I have back problems too. So we hope your back feels better soon. Hi, Terry. I hope your back feels better soon. And see you and Heather. See you and Shane next Sunday at the flea market. Okay, but we need to rock it and roll it right now. So I do want to thank Karen for putting in the starts and the stops. I know my other moderator here is Jeffrey. Jeffrey, you don't have to. I didn't ask you to. And if you're busy doing something else, do something else. But if you happen to be hanging around and you want to call the winners for me, I'd be delighted. If not, I can do it easily by just hitting refresh, and I'll do it here. So if Jeffrey's unable to do it, not a problem. Karen and I'll cover it. But thank you, everyone who is here. I'm happy to see you, all of you, 239 here on Monday night. So actually, before I jump into it, oh, fiddlesticks, it's over there, but Karen will help me out. She always just keeps me straight. November 3rd is a Monday night. That is the EAPG extravaganza. I hope I'm saying that right. She'll fix me if I got it wrong. And No problem. Uh, Thanks, Jeffrey. Not a problem at all. I'll take care of it. November 3rd is the EAPG extravaganza, and then November 17th is a Christmas glass sale. Yep. So that's it. Yeah. November 3rd is EAPG. Thank you. Thanks, Karen. November 17th is a Christmas, not Christmas. I might try to throw some decorations in, but it'll be mostly red and green Christmassy glass. And any glass that's red and green or Christmassy that happens to be EAPG will be sold in the EAPG. There'll be a little subcategory of EAPG Christmassy kind of glass. So I'm excited about those two shows that I'm working on for you. But we might as well get started right now, or we'll be here all night. And I just might want to get out under that moon after I finish broadcasting. How about you? Now, let me enlarge my, give me just 1 minute so I can enlarge my comments here, or I will not be able to see you. Okay. Okay. Starting at $15 is a black snowflake Pyrex dish with no lid. It's in excellent condition with no chips or cracks on it. And, you can find these lids. And this one is Pyrex. And this starts at 15. It's Pyrex. I can't read that. 12 quarts? That ain't right. I can't read this. It's 2 quarts. $15, 2 quarts on the black snowflake. Now you'll see there's a little right there, but that's considered good condition. It's not all been faded out in a dishwasher either. So Pyrex snowflake casserole dish. This is the 2 quart. I don't know what year or how popular it was. You know, I'm not a Pyrex guy, but this has been sitting around for a little bit, and I decided I'd go ahead and sell it. I mean, I bought it so that I could sell it. No chips, no cracks, nice and clean. It's not, it just needs a lid. So that's awesome. So we have the high bid right now at $17. And don't forget, after 9 o'clock, when you get to hear this clock chiming, we're going to sell that clock sometime after 9 o'clock. Yeah, I've seen it in blue. Usually it's that turquoise blue, but the black is kind of neat. $15. Let's count it down. I don't know where we are on the bid. I think right now we're at 17. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. And we'll put that down. Did I see, D, are you going to call the winners? Oh, sweetie, you don't have to do that. But please don't feel like you have to sit here all night and do that. You've got stuff to do. But if you want to do it, you can. I think Jenny Mac might have. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, now I'm confused because D put in sold and Karen put in stop. So I'm going to have to go with. Wait a minute. Let me hit refresh. I'm going to have to go with Jenny Mac at $20 just before the stop. That's okay, D. No worries. Thank you. But it's going to be Jenny Mac at 20. Let me get my eyeballs in sync. 20. Jenny Mac at 20 on the blue snowflake. Okie doke. Okie doke. Now look at these. Why don't you? Well, you can look at them if I show them to you. Yeah, Jenny is the winner. Okay, we got it. How about, let's do this little guy. I love this little thing. He is probably made in Germany. He starts at $8. So stylized for the 30s, in the 30s. He's just under 6 inches tall. And you know, I look under here for the stamp that might say occupied Japan, or, you know, Japan is usually marked. German is usually marked as well, but there's nothing on this at all. So he could be Japan or he could be Germany. Hold him still. Okay. He's really neat. Maybe you have a golfer in the family. Look at that rear end sticking out there. Perhaps you have a hi, Gerald. You might have a golfing person in your family. And, you know, what do you get? We're looking for little things to give people for Christmas, you know, right? Some of us are. It would be kind of neat. That's almost my profile, but my chin is a little bit stronger than that. And my nose, actually, my nose doesn't swoop out like that. I have a nice little hook on my nose and it comes down through the family. So, but he's $8 and he's just standing there playing golf. Patsy M has the high bid of 8. Brown Bird has a bid of 8 as well. And you can just tell by the colors and the way he's stylized. He just looks so... Marie, you are funny. And you're saying that because I think it was Marie. I said, I was standing there with Heather and Shane. I think it was you, Marie. And I was being my goofy self. And I said, now, Marie, you're supposed to tell the three of us that we look thinner, younger, and much more attractive in person. And she laughed. I think that was you. Anyway, we'll count the golfer with somebody. Let's count the little golfer down. 10. The high bid right now is 8. No chips, no cracks. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Dee, I hope your sale went well. I was watching you for some of it, not all of it, but some of it. And that assemblage, did you at the end, that pumpkin and the skeleton in it? That was wonderful. I don't ever get to do crafty things like that. He is a whimsical golfer. And so our golf dude is going to sell for $14 to Patsy M. And if Karen or Dee could just confirm that, it looks like 14. To Patsy M, and I appreciate that. Thank you. I think we have about 200 and I don't think I'm allowed to say 69. YouTube doesn't like that. But we have 260 people here. I'm actually going to do a video later this week, and I am, about what happens with comments, because somebody wrote to me, and I'm fine with the person that wrote to me. You know who you are, and I'm fine with you. But I want to tell you about comments and how they get, there's a lot, like if you don't have a YouTube channel, you just don't know. There's a place where comments go and they get held. I don't want to get into it now, so please don't have a whole long discussion about that. But I'm going to do a video on that. And I'm the one that brought it up. But there's certain things that YouTube just does not want you to say. It'll get blocked. Yeah. Anyway. But people who do YouTube know that it does that. Starting at $20, no. Well, I already said starting at $20, so I better do it. Is a wonderful big blue willow bowl. And this is an old one. It is not chipped and it isn't cracked in a horrible way. What it's got is, and I'll show you, you know that when you take a pottery bowl like this, if you bang it against something, you know when a rock hits your windshield and you get like a little starlight sort of crack, there's that kind of a thing in it, and it's right here. So you can see that right there, and it's stained a little bit. That happens with old pottery. So you can see that right there. And then there's all this crazing on the glaze underneath. So when I say it's not cracked, be aware that that's there. You don't see that on the inside, and it's not cracked on the side or cracked to where this bowl is going to break. So it's completely unmarked. And it's an old, beautiful blue willow bowl. It's got lots of shine to it. It must be American made. If it were English, it certainly would have markings on the bottom of it. And a lot of the American pieces are not marked. Now it measures, I was flipped when I saw it in the store because it's not chipped, perfectly usable. It measures 10 inches in diameter and it stands just under 4 inches tall. So measuring 10 by 4. And, I love some old blue willow. And when I find it, I buy it to bring it to the sales. It looks beautiful. It can absolutely be used. And it's got a wonderful glaze on it. Really, if you look at the inside, you don't see staining on the inside. The only staining really is kind of right here where this, because, that's the only place that it got a little bit of a stain, and just a little bit on the bottom, but not on the inside. Huh? Sharon Elaine 20. Well, we started at 20. I don't understand. Yeah, I see Sharon Elaine's bid. Okay. Well, 10, I'll count this down. Were you just repeating Sharon's bid, D? I was telling you what the bid was at. Oh, okay. Thank you, D. I didn't know what you were doing, but now I see. Probably because I said I didn't know where we were. Okay. Now, why are you putting all capital letters in there? You told me to tell people not to type in capital letters. I see it. Now, Lucas has the high bid of 27. She does that because she thinks I do actually have it blown up now, so I can see it. 10. We'll count it down though. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Stop messing with me, ladies. It's too early for that. They are getting all excited about that moon. Oh, she's mad because of the corn. Well, that's too bad. She should have eaten that corn. That was good corn. I bet she ate those cheese and crackers, and I bet she couldn't wait to eat those peppermint patties. Uh-huh. There's the stop, and it might be Patsy McCoffey at 33. It might be. Oh, let me see if I can put it on the floor without falling out of my chair. All right. Patsy got it at 33. 33. Patsy. Okay. Thank you, Patsy, and everyone who placed bids on that. McKee, no, I don't want to do that yet. Imperial, let's do these. Woo, where are they? Here they are, starting at $20. No chips or cracks on these wonderful, how tall? And they start at 20. We've got a pair of them. They're 5 inches tall. Imperial glass, dolphin. Now somebody said, well, aren't they koi fish? Well, anything like this is just referred to as a dolphin candlestick. Whether it really looks like a dolphin or not, koi fish candlesticks isn't a term. It's not something that folks would have known way back. So when you see a sea creature like that, they're just referred to as dolphin candlesticks, even though it might look like, to our modern eyes, it might look like a koi fish. Now, pay attention. It's almost 8:30. And at 8:30, that clock should chime one time. And I hope you'll be able to hear it over my mouth. Looks like a parrot's head on a fishtail. So Imperial glass from the 1930s. I'm going to talk, they are light blue. It's a beautiful blue color. And they're not chipped or cracked. Terry Trahan has the high bid, I think, of 22. And I think I told you that they're 5 inches tall. I love these. And, you know, dolphin candlesticks go way back to the Boston and Sandwich Glass Company days. Yep. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Did you hear it? 8:30. See my watch? See my watch? 8:30. And I set that clock according to my watch. It's been keeping perfect time all day long. It has. Okay, let's count these candlesticks down. They're lovely. The high bid right now is 30. And we'll count these down. And now 32. 10, 9. I have to put one down so I can do the fingers. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Huh? Okay. So the 1930s Imperial glass blue dolphin candlesticks are sold to, I believe, Terry Trahan at 52. Thanks, Dee. And Karen and Terry, thank you. And thank you everyone else who placed bids. And Terry, thank you for your picture. Terry bought the beautiful drat. Not awful. See? Anyway, it was great to see it on your wall, Terry. Your house must be lovely. What did you buy? No, not vase. This is making me so mad. He'll say. I'm Majolica, with the sea creature. Terry, those and it's on his wall, but these would look nice with it. The Majolica, and it looks wonderful. So it was neat that he sent that. Northwood Carnival glass. We're going to start at $19 on this. No chips or cracks, and it's got strawberries on it. It's marigold, and of course it's clear. Most marigold Carnival glass always starts out as clear, most of it. Isn't it beautiful, Terry? I knew. And the condition. And you saw the mark on the back, the fish, the 2 fish. And that's a hard to find piece because there's not a whole lot known by that maker, that German maker or whoever, I think it was German. Anyway, I'm supposed to be showing you this. Hi, Daryl, Dietrich. And so the Northwood, is this signed Northwood? It is. So this is marked Northwood, and I guess there's some strawberries on it. Hey, Eric, thank you for your patience. I had to ask because I had to send that other piece to a different address, and then I had to make sure I knew which name to put on it. So I know it hasn't gotten to you yet, but it's out there. So you are so kind. And it took me like 2 weeks to answer you. I was traveling, but it's on its way. You have dolphin faucets made in France to match. How about that? So there you have it. And we'll count this down. It measures 9 inches. I don't need a ruler for that. There you go, 9 inches in diameter. And with all these little points, we don't have any damage on it. So we'll count this down. I think there's a high bid. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on the Northwood Carnival glass bowl. with strawberries in it. And that's going to go to, I'm going to wait for that stop to get in there. I got another piece of Carnival glass coming up too, Terry, Eric. Did you know I had that? You might be able to help me because I didn't look that up to see who the maker was. There's the stop. And do we need to hit refresh on it? Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Lucas. Hi, Flower Cottage. And Lynn. Oh, Rhonda Gentry at 36. Okay. Thank you, Rhonda. Let's go ahead and do this one while we're sitting here talking about it. That starts at $23. I don't know, who did it. You can pull it out of there. And of course, it's unmarked. There's the bottom of it, And we can see it's Carnival. And there's a little bit of onion skin. It's a little bit of stretch. Yeah? See that? Hi, Aaron. Hi, Cindy. And so here's the base that it sits in. Look how pretty that silver-plated base. Most of the silver plate is gone. And it's so tarnished and my eyeballs are horrible. So I didn't even look at it. And we're starting at, what did I tell you we were starting at? We were starting at $23. And you know how much I paid for it. Don't you? I don't mind that you see that because I left that on there sort of. Come on, get back in there. It stands 6 1/2 inches tall. It stands 6 1/2 inches tall. No, and Cindy, I'm not going to get into that now. I'll tell it. It wasn't really a fight. I'll talk about it some other time. But I don't try to do too much personal chit chat during the sale. But I'll tell you because it was a little something, and I had witnesses. Anyway. The two X's on the bottom stand for the number 10 and 10, which is 20. I paid $20 for that, and I only started the bidding at 23. I actually didn't leave that on there on purpose, but the store where I buy this, they mark their prices with Roman numerals like that. And so that if somebody tries to rip off a price tag and put it somewhere else, they already have it marked on the bottom. So yeah, I'm not afraid to pay $20 for something. And I didn't start the bidding at 50. I started it at what, 23. I knew it was a cool piece and I knew I would make some money on it. Because I just have never had it before, seen it before. And it's just wonderful to have a piece of Carnival, a little Carnival glass bud vase like that, I think, and a little silver plated, and it's nice work on the silver plate. So I love it. It's funny when you say Vanderbilt, my great grandparents, their last name is Vandersloot, and my grandmother, that was my grandmother's maiden name, which is Dutch. And the joke was, if they, we're not Vanderbilts, we're Vandersloot. Sluice is the Dutch word, van der, over the, from the. Anyway, let's not get into all that. Anyway, we'll count this. We'll count this down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Okay. That per little thing wait for the stop to come in. I've got to speed it up here because I think I'm talking too much. But it looks like it's Roxanne S at 49, which is before Jenny. And Roxanne, I do know you, so you've got it. Thank you, Roxanne, and everyone else. Also, Roxanne S, everyone else who placed your bids. Remember that if I know you, I know you. I will do the invoices. If I'm awake, I'll do some tonight. If not, I'll do them tomorrow morning. If it ever gets to 5 o'clock at night the next day and you don't hear from me, in other words, like I usually say, I'm going to do them first thing Tuesday morning. But you never know what Tuesday morning is going to bring. But if Tuesday evening gets here, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening, and you haven't gotten an invoice, reach out to me, because that may mean that I don't have your information, or I lost it, or I forgot that you don't have PayPal and I sent you an invoice and you never got it. So that's kind of just the way that it works. And it's important that I tell you that. So Roxanne S, that's yours at 49, and thank you. Two blue. Oh, those. Okay, Ellie Smith, $18. We're going to start at $18 on these two. I'm going to sell these two together. They're both L.E. Smith cobalt blue pieces. There's an underplate with two handles. That's in the Mount Pleasant pattern. And then here's a little bowl. Now, this was not meant to sit on that. It can if it wants to, because both of these, since they're both made by L.E. Smith, the blue is the same color. Now, with the Mount Pleasant pattern, you'll often get little chips or flea bites on the little points. And I don't feel any on this. So that little guy is just over 9 inches. He's about 9.5 inches in diameter, handle to handle. And then the little 3-footed L.E. Smith, a lot of times the platinum wears off. And you can see there were 2 platinum bands. Maybe, I think there were 3 platinum bands that went around this. Most of it's gone. But that little 3-footed, these are from the 30s. And that's a little 3-footed dish, which is very versatile because you can also pour sauce out of it if you want. You see the way that is. So these two pieces are $18. They're both blue 1930s L.E. Smith pieces of glass. It is a pretty color, Joan. So we're looking for someone to start us out. We drove by. I've never stopped in Mount Pleasant. I mean, obviously the L.E. Smith factory isn't there. None of those. A lot of those factories that were in ruins are just, there's nothing there anymore. I mean, the towns, I'm sure, are very nice. But any interest starting us out at $18 on the 2 blue L.E. Smith pieces of glass? If not, we'll put them down and move on. We'll give it another second. Elena Cunningham has a bid of $18. We will now count it down. 10, 9. You get them both, one price. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on those. Thank you. Now, get over there. Then we're going to do our scratch and dent amber candy dish. But Elena Cunningham is probably going to be our winner at 18. I'm going to wait and see. There it is. It is Elena Cunningham at 18. Thank you. Okay. Cunningham. Next at $15, and I'm starting it at $15 because it has a chip in it, which is right there. Put some gold paint on that. You're not going to see it. Wonderful. That's the only condition problem on it. This is a beautiful amber candy jar, circa 1925 to 1935. And you've heard me a million times. Every glass company made these. And you really have to study your books to figure out if it was Liberty Glass, Beaumont Glass, Economy Glass, Indiana Glass. They all made them. Fenton made them. Everybody made them because it was so popular. It was such a popular form. I collect some of these, not all of them, but I collect some. The lid is perfect. You've got gold encrusted flowers across here. This was done a lot in the Tiffin factory. They did a lot of that kind of decorating. And there's the chip on the side. And it's a side chip, which really could be hidden with some gold touch-ups. I like to think of the little child, me, when I was a child, trying to sneak candy out of a candy jar, you know, and accidentally chipping it because you're not supposed to be in those candy corns. Get out of those candy corns. Philomena has a bid of 18, has the high bid of 18. And it's a nice big size. We'll count this down. I don't know if I told you it stands 11 inches tall. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on that. That is it on that. All right. I got another candy dish coming up made by the Heisey company. We're going to look at that next. It's that one. It's also gold encrusted, and it doesn't have any chips on it. There's the stop, and it goes to Philomena at 18, I think. Philomena, you know that you and I are all caught up. You're caught up on paying everything from the past. You're caught up with shipping, right? We did all of that, so we're in good shape. There were just and I told you in an email what would not fit in those boxes that have to be. So I'm working on another box for you. So Philomena, thank you. That's yours at $18. Next up, we have another candy box, and this one is made by the Heisey Glass Company, and it starts at $20. It is, thank you. It is chip-free and crack-free and lovely. The gilding on it, gold, it just comes off. And you can see here where it's coming off. I love the way age sits on this piece, because we can see where it's sort of rubbed off all of those hands trying to get the candy. But all around here, you'll see it's gold encrusted, and it's very pretty. It's pretty here as well. If we pull the lid off, you'll see it's not chipped. It's that high quality Heisey glass. And the beautiful Heisey H in the diamond is on the bottom. And we can see it right here. Right there. Okay. Now, I see Christina Campbell has placed a bid. Christina, I know we were chatting, and you know, you can let me know, Christina, if you plan on coming down to the flea market any Sunday in October. I can hold or anybody, not just Christina, but anybody who plans on coming to the flea market. If you buy anything from me, I'm more than happy to hold your items, not charge you any shipping, and bring it to the flea market. So you just let me know, Christina, and you can let me know in an email or here if I see it. So I'll know if you want me to charge you shipping or if you're going to come down to the flea market. Let's count the beautiful Heisey. Let me tell you how tall it is. It stands 7 inches tall, and it stands almost 5.5 inches in diameter. I probably would, Lisa, I probably could. It is a lot. It's several boxes, but I probably could do that. Yeah. So we'll talk about that because I haven't seen you and Jeff. All right, let's count the Heisey down. Yes, new people. I forgot. New faces. Love to see everyone. Don't anybody ever tell me, oh, it's so clicky and it's the same old people. Nobody has told you that you can't chat, that you can't jump right in. So, somebody wrote to me, oh, it's so clicky. Whoever said that this was clicky? I don't exclude, unless. So if you are here watching, you can bid. And I always say, come on and jump in. Tell us who you are. Place a bid. Anyway, I don't want to get off on that, but people are funny. Let's count the candy dish down. Absolutely beautiful. No chips, no cracks. And here it goes. 10. Where are we? We're at 35. 10, 9. It is a lot, Lisa. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on the Heisey candy box. Oh my goodness. And that, and I got another piece of Heisey too. I'm in Quarryville. Yes. The train used to go through Quarryville, didn't it? Or a train. Thank you, Lisa. I'm excited about the items I have for you tonight. I tried to really make tonight be unique. I tried. And not be so predictable. I don't want to be too predictable. Stop. Who is it? It's is it Jenny at 43? I think it's Jenny at 43. Heisey Candy, 43. Okay, it is. Thank you. Quarryville is down below Lancaster, isn't it? Let's do the Heisey syrup. This starts at $15. And I love this. It has a very small, very, very small underneath the wah, 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 right there. A very little chip, almost like a grazing wound, just like just a little flake. Just hardly, I don't even know if I can get you to see it. It's really felt rather than seen because it's underneath. And this is old, and I knew that it was. And it also, I love Heisey because this particular piece is marked twice with the Heisey H. It's marked with an H right here on that side of the spout, and it's marked with the H and the diamond on this side of the spout. And it's not the first piece of Heisey I've seen that's marked twice. Now this is old, and we talked about this before. When we take the metal lid off and we go underneath, there's a patent date on it. And I already told you in one of my videos the patent date, and this may be much older than folks think. It was patented April the 5th, 1910. So it has an applied handle, and the 1910 patent date is right under the lid. So it's really fun to see that, and think that we're, you've got a syrup jug there that's 115 years old, 112 years old, something like that. So the high bid is $17 right now with Saturday's sewing, and we'll count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on the Heisey syrup pitcher. Oh, haven't had one of them in a while. I've had them before. And I love it when those lids remain with them. What we're going to do next. I've got one other piece that might be Heisey and it might not be. It's unmarked. And I just didn't have time to go through a bunch of books to try to see who the maker was. I'll show you that in a minute. It's that beautiful basket. There it is. Is it Lucas at 22? L-U-C-A. Do I know you, Lucas? L-U-C-A-S. Lucas, will you let me know in the chat if I know you? And I apologize again if I do and I'm forgetting. Because if you are new, oh, not yet. Okay, well, hey, new. Dun, 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 dun. Lucas, what I'll need you to do is, and welcome. Would you go ahead and send me all this stuff via email right now? No, yeah, but now during the show, because if you're new, I do need to check my Gmail, Hotmail, Gmail, and make sure that you've given me all the information that I need. So don't forget, Lucas, I'm going to need your full name, your shipping address, and don't forget to tell me if you have PayPal or not. It's okay if you don't, but if you don't, I have to send you an invoice as a guest. Also, if the email address that you used when you created your PayPal account is different from the email that you're writing to me from, you've got to tell me or you won't get your invoice. I know there's a lot there, but that's the way it works. So thank you and welcome, Lucas. Ring the bell. Oh, the clock is going to chime for you in 4 minutes. Okay. Let's do the Barley Twist candlesticks starting at $23 for the pair. What a price. I think these are from the 30s because I think they're transitional. They stand almost 9 inches tall. They're unmarked, beautiful green felt on the bottom, and they're not made of oak. I think it's burl walnut when I look closely at the wood. So $23 for the pair. And the reason why I'm saying transitional is, again, the top looks like antique silver plate and the bottom looks like 1930s deco. And that happens. They are unmarked. They could be English. They could be American. Let me back up. I couldn't find a mark on them. There could be marks under the felt. There could be marks hidden up in here. Yeah, they marked things in odd places. Hold it still. All right. Look at the bottom. They are antique. I did not clean these, but you can. This chrome has oxidation on it. Get yourself a 4/0 steel wool. Now, yes, there's 20 other ways you can clean it as well, but I'm just telling you how I do it. You don't need to even put water on it. Take a 4/0 steel wool, and it will not damage this. It'll take the oxidation right off. It won't, and it'll shine it up beautifully. Or leave it the way it is if you like the oxidation. It's really not that bad, as you can see. Up top here is the silver plate part. I would not take the steel wool to that, but again, because it's 4/0 and you don't scrub hard, you go very lightly. It'll take that oxidation right off. I've done it a million times and it won't hurt them. It will not scratch them. I have done this a million times. 4/0 is like almost like French chalk, so it won't scratch them. This has the original finish on it, so this is really pretty. And you can see how pretty that wood is. You don't need to use water. You can, if you want, put some glycerin on it. You don't even have to do that. I have done this my whole life since I was 13 years old. You can take 4/0 steel wool and you can clean chrome, you can clean metal. You don't have to put water on it. In fact, don't. But glycerin, not glycerin, what is it called? You can buy it at the hardware store. It's the consistency of maple syrup, but it's, you know what I'm trying to say. It's people take a spoonful of it when they're constipated. What is that stuff called? You can dip the steel wool in that and just very gently, you don't scrub it, you just take the steel wool and it'll take off that top layer of oxidation and these mineral oil, castor oil, mineral oil. Yeah, mineral oil. It's mineral oil is what I'm thinking of. It's a thick, gloopy, clear mineral oil. You can dip a 4/0 steel wool in it and clean this and they will be beautiful. I have done it on some of my own things and they remain beautiful, and it there you go. We're selling that clock next. That's proof that that clock is working and running beautifully. Let's go back to the candlesticks. I don't know where we are on the bid, but we're going to go ahead and count them down. It is the pair, and they very well may be English. English love barley twist. So counting them down, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Oh my goodness. 9 o'clock. Okay. The barley twist candlesticks are sold and they go to oh, the stop isn't in there yet. I'll wait a second for it to go in there. There it is. Ali Monte at 43, I think. Okay, Ali Monte at 43. Thank you, Ali. They're yours at 43. The kitchen clock starts at $100. Let me go get it. The kitchen clock starts at 100. So if you've already seen and we're going to sell that now. If you already saw the preview video, you already know the story. You can go ahead and start bidding. But if you're not really sure about it, you can hold off. But starting at $100. Now, before I move it, I'm taking the pendulum out. Open it. You shouldn't transport a clock like this with the pendulum in it because it will mess up the works. We're starting at $100 on the clock. And since you're looking at the back of it, you can look at the back of it first. Almost all of the paper label is gone, pretty typical. This clock is completely original, and I am so excited to bring it to you because of its condition and its originality. I'll go ahead and discuss it, but I will tell you that the clock has its original winding key. Hold on one second. The clock is made by the Welch Clock Company in Connecticut. And I will be right back. If you'll give me just a second, I need to get a paper towel. Because I've freshly oiled it, and a little bit of oil dripped onto the clock key. Made in Connecticut, probably sometime around 1880 or 1885, 1890. And we know that from, look how beautiful the glass is. That's such an aesthetic 1880s, 1890s A lot of times this glass is repainted. None of that has been altered. None of it. The dial is paper. This is not carved wood. It is pressed wood. These were pumped out in factories, and it's stamped the way the old oak chairs would be done. Now I'm going to take a look and try to answer your questions. It is an 8-day clock. You don't have to oil it hardly at all. Once it's oiled, it'll run for years, and don't put too much oil on it because you'll gloop it up. But this is pressed oak. This is a kitchen clock. These were meant for kitchens, and they were advertised as kitchen clocks. Here's the base, and you can hear it still ticking away. Hear it? Really fast because I took the pendulum out. There's the pendulum, which is beautiful. And you simply open the door, you look up underneath, and you hook this back on and give it a little swing, and off it will go. So pressed oak means that they stamped it out with a machine. This oak would have been a flat piece of oak, and heavy steel machines would stamp it. So no one sat there and carved any of this. They didn't make them like that. It's called, and there were kitchen chairs called pressed back, and they would press the backs of them by stamping with a die, and this would all be stamped on there. That's the way they made them. So I'm going to open it up. The only thing that is not functioning on it is the alarm, because the alarm spring is broken. The spring on the clock, I cleaned it and I oiled it, and it is working beautifully. You saw it running and you heard it. This is the alarm mechanism right here. You turn this key, the alarm will not work. Now, you'll hear one little ding. Wait a minute. That's all you get, because the spring is broken. And so when I turn it, you're hearing it go. Hear that? Hear it slip? That's because that spring is broken. Any clock repair person can repair that if you want to have the alarm, but who cares? It's there. The alarm was an extra feature that you could have added into it. Here's how you set the alarm here. I don't really pay too much attention to the alarm. So we're going to close this back up. Once again, you've got a clock with its key that's also marked Welch. That's the original key. These keys get separated, but that's the winding key. One is for the spring, and one is for the clock mechanism itself. I've had this clock for quite some time, and it's always been running beautifully. When you get it, you can adjust the speed of the clock by turning this set screw right here, right there. You turn that, it's threaded. That will raise or lower the pendulum, you see? And to speed the clock up or slow the clock down. So you can regulate it so the clock is running exactly at the time that it should. Okay? Exactly the time that it should. And that's all we need to know about it. Okay, so 1880s in all the original finish. The paint here on the front, superb, never been touched up. And once again, all you do when you get it is you just hang the pendulum. You can look up in there and see how you hang it. You don't need any hardware. There's a hook, and it'll just hang on it, and it'll start ticking. I will let the clock run down completely so that there's no tension in the spring. And when you get it, you'll have to wind it yourself. So I'm going to put it back down because I don't want to stand here holding it. And then I'll see if there's any questions, and if not, we'll count it down. I think I remember to tell you everything. Okay. Oh, sit yourself back down. The high bid right now is $158. I'll double box it. I will double box it so that it'll be insured. So that's about all we can do is double box it and put some insurance on it and hope that it gets to wherever it's going. I see a lot of clocks. And when I tell you that one is as original finish, running beautifully, You're not going to be disappointed if you love old clocks, and you can use it anywhere in your house, but those clocks are manufactured and sold as kitchen clocks. Count it down. The high bid right now is $160. And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. On the antique Welch circa 1880s oak pressed kitchen clock. It's an 8-day clock. So it needs to be wound every 8 days or it will stop. My mantle clock that's been in my family since the 1880s, I sometimes just don't wind it and it'll sit there for months. And then other times I wind it and I wind it and I let it run. But I wouldn't trade that clock for anything. What am I doing with this? This is going to go over here. Okay. There's the stop. Laura circle. Jenny got it. 2:30. Didn't you tell me that you collect clocks, or your daughter collects clocks? And thank you so much. I appreciate it. You know it'll be packed as well as I can. And Jenny, thank you so much. And thank you everyone else who placed bids on that. I appreciate it. You will not be disappointed with the condition of that one. So I thought you collect them, or somebody collects them, Jenny. I remember you telling me. That'll be a nice addition to your collection. All right, next up, and thank you and thank you to you. Let's do these two. Now this was tough. These whale oil lamps were tough. I know you're going to have a lot of questions, and let me just tell you, I am no expert on whale oil lamps. Petroleum was discovered in 1859. So when does the American Civil War start? 1860. So we say that whale oil pretty much becomes obsolete very quickly because kerosene, I think, is a byproduct of petroleum. And so whale oil lamps from the 18th century into the middle 19th century, right? Really, our cutoff is right around the Civil War. Now, was somebody still burning a whale oil lamp in 1865, 1868? Probably. But completely obscure by the time we get to after a decade or so after the Civil War. That industry is gone. So these were difficult because there's a lot of misinformation on the internet. So what I'm going to say is, let the buyer beware. I'm going to offer these to you. I know that they're beautiful and I know they're antique. And I've got two of them for you. Yes, they did actually come in colors like this. They came in blue, they came in green, they came in milk glass, they came in amber, they came in pink, they came in many colors, even during the 19th century. But let's go ahead and sell both of them. We're going to start with the pink one. The pink one starts at $35, and it is pink, and it is just beautiful. It stands just under 10 inches tall. The brass cap here is on there just as it should be, with that sort of cement plaster that they used. And it is threaded for the burner to be on the top of it. So I know these are antique, but when you go looking for these things on the internet, all it takes is for one person to make a mistake, and it can be an innocent mistake, and then everybody copies it, and it really makes internet research difficult. I don't have a book on antique whale oil lamps. I wish I had, but I don't. So here they are. You decide. The interesting thing about this one is when you go digging around on the internet, everybody is saying that this was made by the Westmoreland Glass Company. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people are. But the Westmoreland Glass Company didn't exist until 1889. They weren't making whale oil lamps in 1889. That was already 30 years out of fashion. So I don't know. I'm learning. And I would love to talk to an expert, not what you see on the internet, because I can't follow that or trust that. And I tried to find out, but I couldn't find it. So that's why I say let the buyer beware. I'm not trying to misrepresent anything. Now, this might be flint glass because it is heavy and it has beautiful clarity. So you decide. There's lots of nice wear on the bottom, as we expect to see. And you can certainly get tops for this, but you know, you're not, a whale oil lamp top is different than a kerosene oil lamp burner, and you're certainly not going to be burning whale oil. But this one was converted to electricity. We're going to sell that one next, but we'll start with the pink one. It is beautiful. So I don't know if we have any whale oil lamp experts out there. I don't know. I'm not one, that's for sure. I really want, gosh, I should have gone to the library and I didn't do it. You know, the public library, and really done some studying. So we'll count this down. You wish the pink one was converted? Jenny, that's as easy as pie. The conversion kits are out there, $12, and it's threaded. So it's just now this one's been drilled so that the cord can go through it. This one hasn't been drilled. So there are plenty of oil lamp conversion kits where the socket just screws onto the top of this. In fact, I've got some down in the basement, but this can easily be turned into an electric lamp without altering it at all. You have to be satisfied that the electric cord will come from here and not from underneath. So you can convert them really easy. I'll count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on the pink one. Ooh. The pink. Yeah, the pink one. And that one goes to, so it's really easy it screws right on the top. There's the stop, and it goes to, we need to do a refresh to see who that is. And thank you, Lucas, because I'm looking and you did send me your email. But you didn't. Yes, you did. All right, Lucas, if you're still there, we got you. I've got your home address. Excellent. Thank you so much for doing that. Now I can absolutely get an invoice to you. Let's see who our winner is. Oh, it's Terry, got it at 52. Okay, Terry got the pink one at 52. The next one starts at $35, and it's the amber one. Terry, thank you. I appreciate it. So we've got you on that. This one starts at $35, and this one has been electrified. And this one also, the lamp itself stands 9 inches tall, 12 inches, including the socket. Now you can see this is an old conversion. This was done, and people did this. It was, you know, back in the colonial revival days, people loved it. I rewired it because I didn't like the wire that was on it. The wire that was on it stunk. So I put the reproduction cloth on it, but I used an old Bakelite plug. The little protector is now gone. You saw in my video earlier, it was already half broken. You need to get, just for safety, and these screws are tight, but you just get a circular piece of cardboard. Actually, you could probably still buy them at the hardware store, I guess. And it'll cover this so that that's not exposed. It's not really a hazard, but you know, what you're supposed to put on that. So anyway, don't throw this cord away because there's nothing wrong with it. It's a brand new antique cord, and it's so pretty, this amber one, and it's ready to go. 35 bucks. Put a light bulb in it, get a nice old shade, and you've got an antique converted to an electric lamp, whale oil lamp, which is now electric. Now, what they did do is they drilled it twice. They drilled it through the bottom, and so the cord could come out of there, and then they drilled it here. So it has been drilled. It can never be a burning lamp again, but it's completely safe to use as an electric lamp. I've had this for a while. I think the color that's when I fell in love with amber. That's the liquid honey color that I talk about that I think is so beautiful. That lamp right there. Let's count it down. I love the color of it as well. Okay, let's count it down. Purdy pansies. Purdy pansies. Pretty pansies. That's the high bid of 42. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on this beautiful glass. And again, as I said, these might be flint because they're heavy, and boy, do they have clarity. Good possibility that it's flint. And if they're okay, so that one is going to go to whale oil lamp. That one there's the stop. I think Jenny Joe got that one at 62, if I'm right. Thank you, Jenny Joe, at 62. Jenny Joe. And if you have any questions, Jenny, about putting a little, I'm thinking flint too, Karen. Yep, you saw the clarity of them, and I feel the weight. And that's exactly what you would expect from glass of that era. So I'm pretty confident that you've got the real authentic thing there. Okay, Jenny Joe. Jenny, are you okay with putting a little something on inside of that plug? You know, it's not a big deal, but really for safety, you can get a piece of cardboard, cut 2 little slots, stick it on there, and your wires, they're not going anywhere. They're tight underneath of the screws. But Jenny, thank you. Okay, I'm excited to bring you this at $35. We're going to go at, good for you. Yep, you've bought those at the hardware store. Good for you. Okay, so you know exactly what we need. At $35, you are going to get both of these, a black glass base and a black and green glass console bowl. Does it glow? Oh yeah, I just have my black light somewhere else, so I can't show it to you now. You're just gonna have to believe me. When you put a black light on this, it will glow beautifully. And I'm selling these, if I don't throw them on the floor, I'm selling them together because this looks so fantastic on the black glass base. That's worth $35 all on its own. But you're getting both. The base itself has an opening of 4, and it could take something that's 4.5 inches to fit in it from here to here. It can be 4.5 inches. And that's the size of this base. And this base fits perfectly in it. Look at that black enamel paint, which is, the paint is underneath, and it feels like licorice. And it's green. And yes, it will glow, and it is nice to have them together. I bought them together. I didn't want to separate them, and I'm not going to separate them. I know I could probably make more money if I split them up, but just in this one particular case, I want to keep the base and the bowl together. Get yourself some green candlesticks with black. You'll find them. You will find them. They're out there. The bowl, the console bowl itself is a big one, and it measures, just over 11 inches in diameter. So the high bid right now is $35. We will, this is not, yes, Roxanne, this is not one of the, this isn't chipped. Okay, 10. So deco, so elegant, so classic 1930s. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it for both pieces of glass. I love them. I love it. I want some more of it. I wish I could just keep everything, but I cannot do that. And Catherine Tate picked it up at 60. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Catherine. Okay, I guess I got that right. McKee divided $19 on this. This is deco, and I love it. Look at this. Boy, I'm bringing some unusual things tonight, aren't I? Okay, no chips or cracks on this. It is a stylized bird, and we see a lot of these funny bird of paradise type birds in the 30s. They're not necessarily trying to duplicate any specific species. It's just an exotic bird. McKee Glass made this, and this is for the dining table. It's a divided dish, and it is 11 and a half inches long, and then at its widest, it's close to 8. You can see the back of it is frosted. Look at that. So very deco. And it did originally, you could have a chrome handle. Yeah, that would clip here and here so that it could be moved that way. That chrome handle is gone. A chrome handle, not unlike the chrome handles that you see on the Manhattan by Anchor Hocking. There was a like a Master Berry bowl, and it would have a clip-on chrome. And sometimes they hang around, and sometimes they don't. There's the back of it. You see the bird a little bit better on the back side. But to serve on the table, different things, the dining table. I think it would also be a lovely dresser tray if you would like it to be, because it's flat on the inside. The sort of cameo cutout here is on the back, and the frosting is on the back. So that would also be a pretty like dresser tray if you wanted to do that in a bedroom. Keep your rings and things in it. I'm not sure if you're trying to bid, Sandra. We'll wait for a minute because it looks, I think you hit a key wrong. So we'll wait and see if Sandra's putting in a bid, and then we'll count it down. Yeah, I think it could work as a dresser tray. No, I didn't sell the green vase yet. It's sitting right here, and that glows like Walmart on New Year's Eve. We'll count this down. 10, the high bid right now is 30. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on the deco piece. Oh my word. And the green vase, since you asked about it, it will be next. There's no use in me trying to show you a black light out here with all the ring lights on, it won't look like much. But you just have to believe me when I tell you I did test it and it lights up. There's a lot of uranium in that and it'll light up beautifully. So the Art Deco glass tray with the stylized frosted bird on it is going to go to Jenny Mack at 41, I believe. And I want to thank you for that, Jenny. And thank you all who placed bids. Thank you so much indeed. I've got those two Swan mayonnaise, and I'm not sure which green vase you were talking about. I've got two green vases, but we're going to start with that one from the 1930s. This one, starts at, well, $20. It's chip-free, crack-free. It's from the 30s. And, you know, Anchor Hocking, who knows, somebody, or Hocking. It has a height of 8.5 inches tall, 8 1/2 inches tall. And you can see the green, and you know that that's just going to be beautiful with the black light on it. And mine is somewhere around this house. We don't have any sick. The glass isn't sick. So you might have met that. I haven't sold that one yet either, but I don't know much about this one. That one's coming up. This one I know is from the 30s, and it has uranium in it and glows. So we'll count this vase down. It has a paneled optic look to it. Yeah. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That one, and then this one is coming up next. Look at the color on that. This one might be really old. I don't know. But the Philomena gets it at 30. Thank you, Philomena. That's yours at 30. I appreciate it so much. The next one starts at $19, and it is 13 inches tall. And with all of these ruffles, it is not chipped. I know nothing about this glass vase other than it looks like seaweed. What a beautiful emerald color. I will tell you that it looks as though it was blown because we have a rough pontil. We have an optic look. There are some bubbles in it. This really looks like old glass. I just don't know. It could be Victorian. I don't know. Look at the ruffles. Now, you're going to have to, I cannot guarantee, I could not get under here. I don't have a scrubby that would get in here and be angled. So there is dirt in the bottom of it that I could not get out because I couldn't get anything down in there. There's also a bit, and I can't, that looks like that's going to come off. You're not really seeing, you might be able to see it right through here. There's some scuzz. That probably will come off. I can't guarantee it because I didn't have, sometimes you really need to, again, sometimes you can get that stuff out, but if it's sick glass, you cannot get it out. It doesn't look horrible, but there's just a slight little bit of it in there. So I just want you to know that. Isn't that a pretty color? And I love the bubbles that are in it. And it's very thin, very lightweight. Now, I know the top looks like Fenton. I don't know. because this is so thin, and I'm not used to Fenton glass being this thin. And that really rough pontil is throwing me off as well. So I'm just going to throw it out there and look at that's in the glass. See that line right there that goes this way? It's just a ripple in the glass. It's not damage. It's not a crack. That's why I always have a baby. Yeah, I don't have one that can go in there like that. But so beautiful piece of green, beautiful green vase. I'm not feeling Fenton on it. Good guess, could be, but it just doesn't feel like it to me. But again, Fenton was, they've been around since 1902, 3. Fenton started in the very early days. We'll count this down: 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. I just love this color. It reminds me of seaweed down the Jersey Shore. I want to go to the shore tomorrow. It's going to be such a nice day, but I got too much work to do. I can't go. I can't go. I would love to go sit. Water's going to be too cold, probably, but I'd still get in it. Sit on the beach and read for a couple hours. But they don't play the organ tomorrow, so I'm not going. Oh, well. I guess I'll have to wait till next year. Purdy Pansy at 33. Now, Purdy Pansy, if you're new to me, and I think you are, will you go ahead and email me now? Purdy. And thank you. I appreciate it so much. But I don't think I know you. So while we're running the show here, let's see, where did it go? While we're running the show, Purdy Pansy, will you go ahead and send me all your information? I sent my email in at 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's been a couple of years. Oh, okay. Well, then I should have it if you sent something earlier today. Okay, great. Thank you so much. And thank you for, do you know anything about that glass? I don't know. I do not know anything about that vase other than it is such a gorgeous vase. We're going to do the 2 swan pieces. Let's do them now. Let's see if we have any interest. We're going to start. I've got a center bowl, and then I'm going to sell that, and then I'm going to sell the mayonnaise. Maybe it'll go to the same person. I don't know. But we're going to start off at $25. And this is made by the Paden City Glass Company. And this is their crow's foot pattern, which means when it was a blank, you can see right here, this is the crow's foot. That's the pattern. But then it's been decorated. And what they've done is they've frosted it to make it look like water. Yeah, excuse my fingerprints. And then in platinum or silver, they've put reeds and swans. And I love how you can just imagine the little feet of the swan going, and they're just graceful across the pond. And yet all the little concentric waves are coming down into the water to show us the movement. And so there's 4 swans, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's a center bowl. And I've never seen it decorated like this before. And I was just delighted when I found it. So a beautiful, and Paden City, this is going to date to the 30s. This is before Paden City changed its name to Viking. And the bowl itself measures about 11.5 by 11.5, chip-free, crack-free. And I shined up the silver because the silver was black. And I'm not going to tell you how I shined it, because if I do, you'll scream at me, but I know what I'm doing. And I didn't mess up the silver at all. But I took off, I didn't use steel wool, but I took off the black tarnish, and we have this beautiful silver or platinum. So anyway, there it is. The high bid right now is $30 for the console bowl. Let's count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Christina says, tell us. There's a million different ways you can clean things. Everybody has their favorite. It's kind of like cooking in the kitchen. You know, everybody kind of does it their own way. I have my way of cleaning things without ruining them. So the swan, the beautiful swan bowl, and then coming up, the mayonnaise with its underpants. So you're just getting that bowl, and that goes to Rhonda Gentry at 49. Okay, Rhonda Gentry at 49. Next up, also starting at 25, is the matching mayonnaise set. No spoon, but you can get one if you want one. So again, there's the underplate. Look at the swans. Look at how they are, just beautiful. Again, excellent condition, no chips, no cracks, no problems at all with this glass. And then sitting down in it is the bowl itself. And again, it's got the four swans, 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one, and then the 4 swans. And that's it. I don't know what else. I wouldn't hold your breath that you would find other pieces in this, because it was decorated not by Paden City, but by the Sterling Company. And it'll say Sterling, and you'll see that word right here. So in the reeds, you're not going to be able to see it, but printed right there is the word Sterling. That, and we talked about that in depth in a video when I first showed these to you, that there was a company that just did the decorating. There's Silver City, and then there's other companies too. They would get the glass, yeah, from, in this case, Paden City, and then they did the decorating. So the pattern is not hard to find. Paden City put out a lot of crow's feet and many beautiful red, beautiful blue, but finding other pieces that are decorated with the swan, this would have been expensive during the Depression. So lucky whoever had it. 10, the high bid right now is 40, and we'll count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on those. Oh my goodness. Now I'm knocking everything off here. Turn around. Now you go over there. I'm not going to sing the Silver Swan again. Did you guys ever sing that in chorus in high school? So the stop goes in, and Rhonda picks those up at 57. All right, they stay together. Way to go, Rhonda. Good girl. Excellent. So they stay together. Okay. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rhonda. Next up, excellent condition, no chips, no cracks. These are not Fostoria. I got 2 of them, and they start at $35 for the pair. What a deal. What a deal. These things make me mad because I've had these before, and I think I only had one. And I think that one, I had the 2 Bobèche to go with it. Now I've got the pair. They're from the 30s. They are beautiful. It's molded glass, not leaded glass. It's not crystal. But somebody mislabeled it on the internet as Fostoria Flame. And guess what? Everybody copied it. Yes, Fostoria had a pattern called Flame, and it looks kind of something like that. But remember, glass companies copied each other. And so I think this is probably an Indiana glass product, but it's not Fostoria Flame. Either way, they are beautiful. And so here they are. You get the pair of them. They start at $35. It's beautiful glass. And they are not chipped and they're not cracked. And you could get the Bobèche to attach to it. You could buy them if you want to. If when they were new, when they were being sold new, you could get them. Thank you for asking everybody to do that, Carmen. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a safe time. And Randy has our opening bid of $35 for these. I'm still not exactly sure who the maker is, because these were not in my glass candlestick book. And so I know what the internet says, but that's not Fostoria Flame. So we'll count them down anyway. They're still beautiful examples of 1930s candlesticks, don't you think? If there are no questions, let's move along. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it for both of them. We got to do these, and we got to do this, and we got to do that. This might be Heisey. I just am not sure. Okay, the candlesticks go to Sandra Garcia at 40. Thank you, Sandra Garcia at 40. I appreciate that. This basket starts at $25 and it stands 13 inches tall. It's got Heisey quality written all over it, but it's not marked. Doesn't mean it is Heisey, doesn't mean it isn't. It is Heisey quality. It is heavy. It is beautiful. It's just got a hint of lavender because it's starting to just turn because it's been in the sunlight. No chips or cracks on it. It's got wheel cut flowers that are etched in there and reeds. Do you see the reeds here? These are cut. The flowers are cut. And the handle is applied. It's just beautiful. You wait till you get this in person. I'm telling you. It's heavy. The glass is absolutely top quality glass. And I really Heisey made a lot of baskets. So did Westmoreland. So did a lot of people. Just a hint of lavender. I think it's pretty. And I know it's not showing up very well. It doesn't show well. I really should have a solid black background so that you can really see what you're looking at. There's the bottom of it. It's fire polished. Yeah, spring, Easter, it is beauty. A lovely shape as well. Nice, very good, very lovely size as well. This is a nice basket. And 8 inches across that way. This was good department store glass. And I think we're definitely in the 30s or 20s or 30s on this, maybe the 40s. But it is just a beautiful glass basket. And when you get it, you're going to fall in love with it in person. 10. The high bid right now is Roxanne S at 35. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on this wonderful basket. Ooh. Look at the moon above. Look at the sweetie's love. Oh boy, give me a night in June. I mean it. When you're all alone any old night and you're waiting for the stop. There it is. Purdy Pansy. Did you? Purdy Pansy. And you wrote to me today. Okay. Now you outbid yourself, but we go what's before the stop. That would be 40. No? Yeah, 40. No, Patsy M got it at 49. I'm sorry. Well, do the refresh and let's see where Purdy came in. Look at me giving orders. Why don't you do it yourself, Scott? All right, refresh. Sitting here. Woo! Patsy got it at 49, and you will love that basket, Patsy. Purdy, you just missed it by a heartbeat. Thank you for placing your bid on there on it for it. I appreciate it. This starts at $15. It's not old to me, because it has, I think, an IG on the bottom for Imperial glass. And if memory serves, Imperial started, yeah, I can see the IG. You're not going to see it, but I see it. It's right there. They started marking their glass, I think, in the 40s. So it could be at least that old. But it looks like EAPG. It could be an old Imperial mold. But Imperial glass did make it. It is chip and crack free, perfectly ready to be used for your liqueur of your choice, with an original stopper in it. And it's just lovely. It stands 12 inches tall. And since it's marked IG, we're going to be sometime in the 40s forward. And that's the reason why I did not include this in my early American pattern glass show. Because even though it might be an old mold, since it's marked IG, it doesn't date to the EAPG era. It dates to after that. So $15 on this wine decanter, liquor decanter in pressed glass with a very elegant neck. Grab a hold of. And a stopper that goes with it. And we've only got a couple of things left after that. And there's no interest in this, so we're going to wait a second and then we'll put it aside. Carmen has placed a bid of 15, and we'll go ahead and count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. On the Imperial glass decanter. And we only had one bid, but we'll wait and see if anyone else comes in before the stop. And if not, Carmen gets it at 15. Thank you, Carmen. At 15, it's yours. And I appreciate that. Starting now at $20, I have 2 crystal cuits with wonderful stoppers in them. These are probably Czechoslovakian or at least European. I don't think they're American. And it's $20 for the pair. They're nice and heavy, so they are lead crystal. And so it's $22 or $20 for them both. They're completely unmarked. They're polished on the bottom, just the way we would expect them to be. As you can see, there's wear on the bottom. And, you know, the first thing that I said was, who put perfume stoppers on cruets? Then I got studying them. I used my brain. I said, you know what? The quality of the glass is the same. The clarity of the glass is the same. And then look at this cross-hatching element right here that's in the stoppers. It's repeated down here in the bottom. I believe 100% that these beautiful tops that look like perfumes are absolutely original to these 2 cruets. What else would they be, Terry? I don't know. You know, oil and vinegar, I guess, or maybe you know, bath oil. Who knows? But anyway, I love these. Again, chip free and crack free, and they both stand 8 inches tall. The high bid right now is 28. Could they be church pieces for the wine? I don't know. Because I grew up Methodist, and trust me, we didn't have wine. But we'll count them down. They are just lovely, and the quality of the glass is beautiful as well. So I don't know, Marie. 10. We'll count these down now. The high bid. Well, you know us RCs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. They're so pretty and they're so elegant. It's almost 10 o'clock and we're almost finished. I can't believe it. Okay, there's a lot of activity here, and so the bids are all over the place. So we'll give it a second because some folks are there. Okay, well, there's the stop. It is Terry Trahan at 62. Thank you, Terry. You got them. Terry Trahan. Thanks, Terry. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's do I've got 2 more things to do and we're out of here. 2 things that you saw and then 1 thing which is a surprise. Thank you, Terry. The 2 kitchen items that I have now, we're going to start out at $15. 2 kitchen items, $15. You're going to get both of these. What can you say? Flour and sugar measuring cup. This is unmarked, but it's got no chips or cracks on it. And I think this is a very 1930s or 40s piece. I love in the bottom where it says measuring and mixing cup. Not that we needed to know that, but that's what it says on the bottom. And then USA. It's backwards there, but and then we have the cups here. No, pint, half pint, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then on this side too. So it's crystal clear glass, 30s or 40s for the kitchen, unmarked. And then Look at the wear on the bottom of this. Look at how much, see all those scuffs? See that right there? That gives indication that this has been moved around a lot. Now, whether the lid, now it's got that green, which is the 1930s era. Sometimes these lids are replaced. No, it's not choice, it's for both of them. So I don't know how old, I don't know if that's an antique lid or not. I know they reproduce these, but this is an old one, and I know from the bottom. And you can also see all that honest wear that comes from decades of cookie making and baking and being sliding around inside of a depression cabinet. And the lid will come off and on. So these two pieces together, ready to be used. 10, 9, 8. You get both of them. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it for the two. And I've got one more surprise item that I'm in love with. So those two kitchen pieces are going to go to okay, wait a minute. I can't read that and do, is it Glenny 18 at 50? I think it's Glenny. And I know you, Glenny. I think that's right. G-L-Y-N-I-E. Glenny 18 at 50. Okay. Scott, just to note, if you might remember, I was the one that bought the Niagara Falls souvenir liqueur beaded pillow from Vinny a while back when you were visiting there. Gosh, Purdy, I don't remember. And I apologize, but I don't recall. This is it. This is the last piece. And you didn't know I was going to sell this. You didn't even know I had it, because I never even showed it to you in a thrift haul, because I have been modeling it all over the house, and I said, you need to sell it. This starts at $25. It is an Art Deco amber glass vase. It might be European. It very well could be English. I don't know. I have a feeling that it might be an English piece. It is chip-free, crack-free. Look at the bottom of it. There's a lot of wear on the bottom, and it is beautiful. Look at this. Now, we know from the way it's stylized, it's just classic 1930s. And it stands a lovely, just over 8 inches tall without any damage to it around the top. So there's no damage around the top. And I just get, for some reason, it gives me the feel of a European piece of glass rather than an American piece. And you know, you get out there and you see something and it speaks to you and you say that's something. You don't have to know, but you can train your eye. And I found this and I said, that's a good one. That's a good oldie. That's a good oldie. And I don't know who made it. So some of you are putting in some of your ideas of who the maker would be. I don't know. Do you know, Phil? But it's pretty. And look at that relief. Yeah. Those beautiful flowers. So 1930s, and what a pretty color. And it's like a frosted, you know. You know, Patsy, it's funny when you say consolidated, it reminds me of the kind of work that Consolidated Glass did. And speaking of Consolidated, this one I know to be an American piece. That I know to be Consolidated. Now, this is definitely Consolidated glass made in Pittsburgh. No doubt at all. I don't know about this one. But that, and I can see why you say that you think of Consolidated. I'm with you on that. So maybe it is a piece of Consolidated, or it might be European. Gosh, if you don't know, I think we're lost. Isn't it beautiful, Terry? So anyway, let's count it down. 10. I think the high bid is 30 something, maybe 35. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on a lovely amber frosted 1930s Art Deco stylized, maybe European vase. I'm gonna miss you. Please don't talk about me when I'm gone. I just bought some good art glass. Oh, you did? Where'd you get it from? The Deco Amber Vase is sold to the high bidder, and that would be Miss Mac at 57. Thank you, Jenny. Mac. Well, good grief, everybody. It's 6 minutes after 10, and we blasted our way through about 25, maybe 26 items. I had so much fun tonight, and I can't tell you how enjoyable it is to go out searching for these things. I'm never going to become a millionaire doing this, and I don't want to be a millionaire. It's such a delight to go out and find these things and scour the countryside of southeastern Pennsylvania and southern New Jersey and farther out than that. And I love the fact that you like old things as much as I do. We're preserving history. We are recycling. Yeah. This is very green, what we're doing here. And you've got an eye for taste, and you use these things and you love these things. And that's what it is. It brings enjoyment to you to have something like that on your dining room table. Go for it. So again, thank you everyone for being here. Let's just, it's kind of like a performance, you know, after you do this, you can't just go to bed. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I'm up for another hour or two. Scott just got home a short while ago and got your email. Yeah, good, Karen. I'm glad you saw that email. And we don't need to just talk about it because you got the email and we're all set. I am going to, and saving it from the landfill, because these things are not being made and they are not going to be made again. This is it. Good night, Karen. And also, no, I lost my track. What I was going to tell you. Gee whiz. Okay, so November 3rd, EAPG Extravaganza. November 17th, Christmas glass sale, November 17th. Yeah. Now, next week, come to join me and David, who will be with me for the Two Chaps live sale. That's a week from tonight, and I can never remember whose channel it is that it's on. We flop channels back and forth. David and I, David is busy with softball, and that's the reason why he hasn't been doing the live moderating with me, because he is an official at sporting events. Thank you, Mary. Yes, and welcome everybody who was here tonight that was new. It's fun to have you here. So, all right, let's go to bed. If you didn't get a chance, run outside and take a look at that moon. It's a beautiful moon. Have yourselves a lovely evening. And until I see you again, I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching. Wait for the cat and so long for now. Boop. Boop. Boop, boop, ba-doop.